Hey guys, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I got to tell you, this is absolutely crazy. What's been going on lately is just nuts. The world of toys just continues to get more interesting every day, but at the same time, it's very much an interesting playing field in terms of like what's happening with toys, and it's almost like, well, in my example today, I think that the toy companies are starting to rely on, social media more and more and more. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you know what? It used to be that for the most part, you would get your news from from press releases or from the newspaper or from even the nightly news or things along that line, right? Or heck, you would basically just find out about the latest toys on commercials, right? That I remember as a kid, commercials were the biggest thing. One of the biggest ones that I remember as a kid, like, just continues sticking in my mind, is My Buddy. uh, that thing just haunted my dreams, man. My buddy, wherever I go, he goes. And I was like, man. And of course, it didn't hurt that a few years later, they created Chucky, right? The doll, which is kind of in a lot of ways based off of My Buddy, right? So that was interesting. I mean, as a toy collector, you look back at those great commercials, and you start thinking to yourself, well, what happens to toys today? I mean, every now and then, when I'm watching YouTube, I'll see a toy commercial here and there, right? I'll see something for Kinder Surprise, or maybe no, I'm sorry, not Kinder Surprise. For LOL Surprise, and you'll see, you'll see other figures here and there for so many other toy lines, but they're not, generally speaking, they're not the same, right? They really aren't. Um, and I'm not trying to say that it's any better or worse than anything else, but I think what I'm trying to say is that at this stage in the game right now, it appears like we get 90% of our news comes from comes from other toy tubers and other news groups, and fan channels. Uh, I'm finding it very hard pressed to find anything related to adult collectibles, in terms of that kind of thing. Almost exclusively now. Almost exclusively. I think it's to the point where we are literally relying on leaks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if everyone else is feeling that way for many of the um, the toy lines. I mean, for sure, Master Universe is definitely one of those things where leaks have become, a constant thing. We can just look at our friends, Toy Habits, who continue to sleuth their way into figuring out, what's called the hot links that they find for secret, postings on Target, on Amazon, on Walmart.com. Somehow Michael and the Toy Sorceress are able to sleuth this all out and really, get the information that they need to try and get some more, inside news for us here in the toy community, particularly from Master Universe. But prior to that, we also have a whole bunch of things coming out of, GI Joe. I mean, Toy Shiz and some of the great work that's being done by the community, posted up on Toy Guru, and a lot of other channels and Instagram pages, where they're basically, sharing information on code names and, release dates. Right? This is great work which is being done by the community in so many different ways, but it really does throw into question, how else are we supposed to hear about this? I mean, it's really interesting because Mattel hasn't really taken the initiative like Hasbro has, to start creating their own, what are they called? Fan streams. You know what I mean? Where basically they get into a studio, the designers, the designers of different properties, the project managers, they all get into a room and they start, doing basically a press release or a showcase of different products. Right? We see it for Star Wars. We see it for what's it called Power Rangers. We see it for Transformers. We see it for Marvel Legends. Right? We see all those different showcases that they do around, and they've even created their own convention. To a certain degree. Spurred on by the pandemic at one point. So Hasbro was taking their idea of what would normally be considered a press release or an announcement or a drop of new toy lines, right? And they've actually decided to take it and really showcase something, make it an entire spectacle, make it an entire viewing experience for us here. And that really has touched a whole bunch of different collectors, for these different lines. Mattel, on the other hand, has taken us a more of a hands-off approach. And it's interesting because when they're doing Kickstarters or crowdsource projects, that's when they start trying to engage with the audiences, which is smart. Because as we know, video for Kickstarters is actually massive. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see, where they lie in terms of like their overall production value. I was actually very impressed with what they did with Eternia. You know what I mean? They brought in an influencer. She's connected with with toys and with video games and with pop culture. And she did a great job. She was actually very well. What's it called? She was well versed actually with some of the material, right? And she did a really great job, in my opinion. However, when they did the most recent crowdsource project with the Raw entrance stage, it kind of fell flat on its face. I mean, they brought in Diamond Dallas Page, which was amazing, but the hosts of that particular video, if you will, it went on for way too long. It was like a marathon type of pitch, and none of them were really that engaging, in my opinion. I didn't really feel invested in watching the entire event. I was basically watching it, and for the most part, I hate to say it this way, I was wondering when it was going to actually end. That's just me being honest. I'm not trying to say that the presenters did a terrible job. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to iterate the idea that I wasn't invested in what they were saying, and there was really very little excitement surrounding it, which is kind of strange, right? I mean, yeah, you had Diamond Dallas Page, you had a few of the other experts, some of the designers come in, much the same way they did with Eternia, but it just didn't capture me. It just didn't hold my attention, right? I literally left in the middle of that presentation because it was just going on for too long, right? And again, in my opinion, a lot of the things that happened in there was, number one, for something that big and that expensive, in my opinion, they really, really, really needed to have a payment plan in place right at the beginning. It was something which I think is a faux pas on so many different levels, and they really have to address that. But having said all these things, I really am finding it very interesting that over the past couple of weeks, there have been leaks, right? Or rumors in some cases, right? Coming out of the toy industry. And full transparency, one of the toy suppliers who I deal with on a regular basis. Sorry guys, I've got allergies, and I'm just like, it's that type of season. I just want to apologize for that right off the bat. One of the suppliers I deal with in terms of like toy suppliers and fan channels, they actually have again, can't name any names, but they actually have confirmed that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and He-Man crossover is in the works. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. But I find that very interesting again, because not only did they mention that, but they did also mention the same idea that the call to order your product for the Filmation versions of Master Universe have actually gone out to fan channels. So that is, again, this came from a leak, right? That was the biggest thing about that. And now we're getting secondhand information from the actual fan channels who are now ordering this stuff or being asked to call to order, right? and it's to me that's just such a strange thing right now. I mean, you would as a supplier or as a manufacturer of toys, you really want to get some groundswell. You want to get people excited about these types of things, and it really is an interesting time that we live in right now, where much of the time we're getting it from different news sources or announcements or toy tubers and sites like, again, geekdadlife.com, our good friends over at toyhabits.com, thefwoosh.com, you know what I mean, Toy Shiz, all these guys, right, who are doing their best to really dig deep and try and get some information to get to the fans out there. This is what they're relying on right now. And with today's announcement, which just seems so weird to me, it really does. And I'm just starting to wonder, truthfully, if this is going to be the new way that toy companies are going to be addressing or releasing their information to the adult collector, right, through the communities, through the fan channels that really are invested in all of this type of idea, right, through the toy tubers, right? Are we now the I'm including myself in this because I've made it a point for this channel to report on news, right? New releases and even tonight we're going to talk a little bit about some releases that I was going to talk about earlier, but never had the time because so many things are just coming fast and furious into my inbox, right? And again, huge thanks to everybody out there who sent me messages about today's release. Are we now the press? You know what I mean? Are we the people who are tasked with actually bringing this information to collectors, right? And if so, that's great. If so, I love that. I love the fact that the whole paradigm shift of accredited news sources like CBC, CBS, ABC. You know what I mean? All these channels, right? MSN, NBC, all these CBS or whatever. I don't even know anymore. But Fox News, I don't know. I'm just rambling right now. I'm gonna say stuff like ESPN now, which is completely different, right? But those reputable channels are no longer being sources of information either through commercials or through actual press releases. You know what I mean? That's no longer the case. Not in many of the instances that I've just cited. No, right now, it seems like toy tubers, myself, Toy Habits, Geek Dad Life, The Foosh, right, Pixel Dan, Toy Galaxy, all these other great toy tubers that are out there, Man Cave Collectibles, JB's toy collection, like all these guys, Toy Connections. Everybody out there, right? We're now the ones who are coming out and reporting on this stuff, right? Radical Toys. All of us are the ones who are actually doing this, right? And it really is encouraging for me, right? As a content creator, but at the same time, it just seems so strange. You know what I mean? That now companies are actually actively reaching out to toy tubers like Geek Dad Life, like Toy Shiz, like The Fwoosh, and actually giving them inside information. And of course, even adultcollector.org, right, is getting the scoop on these things. Crazy. Just absolutely crazy. How times have changed. You know what I mean? How times have really changed. It used to be that they wouldn't talk to us at all. You know what I mean? We were not accredited. We were not, authorities on anything like that. It's just a very, very strange time where you ally yourselves with a source that in the past was considered fringe. You know what I mean? Like fan channels and YouTubers. We were always considered fringe. We were always considered like uber fans or anything like that who cannot be trusted with this information. You know what I mean? And now we're actually being reached out to for collaborations or for launches it's just a fascinating time to be an adult collector. You know what I mean? It's to me, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, and I love it. I absolutely love the idea that we are now, the ones who the companies are going to and asking, hey, can you give us a hand here, because you have a certain amount of reach, and your audience is really invested in this, and maybe, launching it with your platform is a really good idea for our brand, right? That how things have come full circle, right? And then that also leads to the idea that companies are now starting to partner up with each other, right? We're having Mattel and Hasbro, doing a sort of collaboration together, right? An agreement, if you will, to release a co-branded type of cross, properties, right? That's fascinating, right? But then you also have now, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this now, Playmates and Mattel, right? Now getting into their little cross idea for collaboration, right? And that to me is absolutely fascinating, right? And it also leads to the idea of the comic books are now starting to cross over, right? We have Boom Studios and Power Rangers, right? Like that's crazy, right? The fact that what's it called? TMNT and Power Rangers have crossed over, right? Playmates is doing tons of stuff with so many different properties, like Stranger Things and TMNT. TMNT seems to be touching everything, every other facet that they can get a hold of. It seems like they're touching it on a regular basis. It's absolutely crazy, right? But to me, it's just such a fascinating thing that the fans are now being tasked to bring news to other fans, and I love that. I love the fact that Geek Dad Life is now literally being asked, "Hey, can you help us promote this?" That's so great. AdultCollector.org is being asked, "Hey, here's some information. Share it out to your followers." You know what I mean? And Toy Shiz, the Foosh. You know what I mean? And eventually, and I'm 100% sure this is going to happen, Toy Habits will eventually be asked, to share some information as well. This is great. This is absolutely incredible, and I really am looking forward to the next stage of this. You know what I mean? Like this is just wonderful. Having said that, it is interesting to note that there is going to be a difference. I mean, I'm not blind to the idea that once you get involved directly with an institution, a manufacturer, somebody, right, that you have to adhere to certain guidelines. You have to adhere to certain rules, right? And that can in a lot of ways handcuff you, right? So it's going to be a very interesting time, right? Because yeah, it's always great to have access, 100%, but at the same time, your ability to get on something as quickly as possible has also been taken into question. I mean, a few weeks ago, we heard from Michael French and a number of other toy tubers that one channel was actually threatened directly, not even with a lawsuit, just with not so much. Basically, somebody came to their house and said, "You better surrender this property; it belongs to us." And they legitimately bought it, through proper channels, and then were forced to actually surrender it, right? Because it had been, accidentally put out in the wild, right? And this was a case where they didn't even threaten, a takedown from the video that they had produced. No, they literally just went right to this person's house, allegedly, and shook them down for their property, which was their property at that point. You know what I mean? They bought it legitimately. That to me, is overreach. That to me is really stepping over, right? You know what I mean? They weren't under NDA, they weren't under any contracts, and something prompted this company Hasbro, right, to take this action on this Wizard of the Coast card, right? That's just crazy, right? That's a whole nother level of Hollywood type of intrigue and stuff like that. I actually don't even know where that went. You know what I mean? There hasn't been much news on it since. Whether or not it's the content creator in question has actually taken legal action or whatever. But I do think that if any of that is true, right? Because there's always some truth to certain stories that come out on the web. But if there is some truth with that, that is actually appalling. That is ridiculous. There's a certain point where you have to think, yeah, you know what? I did a Turtles video on some pictures that were put out, and I just decided to report on it. And yeah, bang, they put the hammer down on me, right? And I get it. It was street dated. Those pictures were not supposed to be out around that time, and it was sensitive information. So all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, you know what? We're going to take you down. But the way they handled it, you know what I mean? It was a little bit heavy-handed. Geek Dad Life had a similar experience, right? But thankfully, it didn't actually come down to a strike. We basically said sorry, we didn't know, and we took it down, right? And then all of a sudden they said, okay, we get it. It was a mistake. Here's your channel back. Right here's your we're gonna resend the copyright strike. So again, there's certain ways of handling that. I still think that's a bit heavy-handed, the way that was handled. But at the end of the day, it was resolved amicably, right? What happened with this individual and the magic card that was in question? Again, the details are actually quite sketchy. We don't even know exactly what transpired, and now everything's kind of like gone under the radar kind of idea. But to me, circling back to my original point, I just find it interesting that the companies now are actually, paying attention to us, the toy tubers. You know what I mean? I really find that fascinating, and I find it even more fascinating that they're actually looking to utilize the voices that are present out in the web right now, on YouTube, on different websites, on Instagram, and all the social medias, and utilizing those to actually get out their message instead of using their traditional channels, right? But we being a cynical person, sometimes I do have to say that this saves them a shit ton of money. You know what I mean? This saves them a crap ton of money. I mean, usually you would grab a marketing manager and you would put an ad in a trade publication. You would get some advertising space on YouTube or on television or radio or whatever, and you try to get those releases out in that traditional medium. Now you basically reach out to a toy tuber or a news group or a web page or a Facebook group, and basically say, hey, you want a scoop? Because we got some juicy stuff for you right now. And of course, we're dying for this kind of stuff, right? We've been dying to find out what's been going on with the Master Universe for months, right? So we're right on top of that stuff, right? We're right on top of that shit, right? This is what happens, right? So of course we're not going to question it, right? It's Mattel. Mattel is telling us right away, this is happening today. You're going to get Fang-Or. You're going to get Lady Slither. You're going to get Vykron. Like, this is the stuff. By the way, I kept saying Vykor. I only realized it afterwards. I kept saying Vykor. It's Vykron. And it's funny how the brain works that way. But it's fascinating to me. It's really, really fascinating to me how things evolve. I mean, like, social media in and of itself is a game changer for a lot of different people, right? People have made careers out of being on YouTube. Right, like people are making millions of dollars here. Let's just be honest with it, right? It really is interesting how content creation has changed the game for so many different people. And I just find it fascinating that billion dollar companies are now reaching out to not like modest YouTubers, like Geek Dad Life, like and even and of course Toy Shiz and the Foosh and Pixel Dan. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is fascinating. That to me is absolutely fascinating. And you know what? I'm so humbled and glad that this is starting to happen to wonderful channels. And I'm looking forward to when Toy Habits gets the call and says, "Hey, we'd love to give you a scoop." That would be freaking amazing. You know what I mean? Because it's already happening. It's already starting. And I'm going to say this, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and say this because a lot of people wonder. I get asked every so often. I get asked, not very often, but every so often I get asked, and people are like, "Should I start a YouTube channel? Is it worth it? Is there any hope for me to start as a small creator?" The answer is yes. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be one of those people who just says, "Go, do it, start your YouTube channel." All right. If you don't start, you'll never start, right? And just look at what's been able to happen. You start with passion, right? You start looking at the stuff that you really love. Because let me tell you something, okay? Let me remind you something. If you are looking to make this to a career, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's what you want to do, don't expect to get rich. Don't expect that this is going to be overnight success, that you're gonna start getting an audience, you're gonna start doing this, it's gonna be the best thing for you. No, hell no. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of work between editing, between storytelling, between learning how to be on the camera, between learning how to speak. I mean, like, if you go back and look at some of my videos from way back when, I am terrible. I'm absolutely like horrendous, right? You get used to it, right? You get better at it. You start to develop your own style, right? But the reality is, leading up to that, you're going to make a ton of mistakes, right? And some people, whether it's their personality, whether it's because of the content that they create with the value it is to certain people and certain groups, some people they just click. They just click. I mean, look at Retro Rick, a YouTuber I follow a lot. I love his content. I love what he does, and he's engaging. His storytelling is amazing, right? And because of that, I watch his stuff, and so many people have gravitated towards him as well. It's only been like 2 or 3 years, and he's already moving up to 200,000 plus subscribers, like crazy, absolutely nuts, right? I've been at this on and off for 7 years, on and off. I've been at this 7 years, and I'm only now starting to see some success, if you want to call it that, right? Whereas my good friends of the channel, Toy Habits, they've been in this about a year and a half, maybe even less. And they're already coming up to almost 8,000 subscribers, maybe even 10,000 subscribers very, very soon. I'm really looking forward. By the way, guys, definitely give Toy Habits a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Definitely give what's it called? Geek Dad Life a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. And of course, good friend of the channel, Mad Hatter Reviews. Definitely give him a like and a follow because he's also a wonderful toy tuber. Toy Connections, Radical Toys, all the wonderful toy tubers who I'm friends with. Again, off the top of my head, it's hard to remember. Brick something. Definitely give him a like and a follow. Tell him that Jay sent you. Wonderful toy tubers all around. Ostromandus Toys. Skelevator. So many different toy tubers who deserve the credit and deserve more followers. Right. Sorry, I'm seeing everybody in the chat, and I've been rambling on like crazy. But yeah, I wish I just had a full list of supporters and people who I would love to promote as much as possible, but it's not easy to keep all this near. So many great creators out there, so many, and all of them are creating wonderful content. Like, seriously. But as I said, this is a hobby for all of us. This is stress relief in a lot of ways. This is something we're passionate about, right? But getting into YouTube as a career, if that's what you want, great. If you think you're going to get rich quick, don't stop. You're not going to get rich. You're not going to get rich off of this. You're not going to get famous off of this. That's just not the way it works. Our company is going to contact you. Yes. I mean, I've had several, collaborations with like lightsabers. Like who knew that people wanted to send me a lightsaber? I didn't know that. Like, when I first started the channel, that was the furthest thing from my mind, right? People have contacted me for laser cutters. People have contacted me for just a crazy amount of things. Jerseys. It's just crazy what has been offered to me. And the other thing is, on that note, you gotta make the deals and the collaborations that make sense to your channel, right? you know, a laser cutter is kind of far removed from what I'm thinking about in terms of like, you know, collaborations like that, right? I review toys. I talk about toys. I talk about toy news and the like. And those are the collaborations that would make the most sense for my channel, right? So that stuff will come as well, right? But I you know, I just wanted to you know, relate my fascination with the fact that bigger companies, huge billion-dollar companies, are now reaching out to toy tubers and content creators and social media, people who are in social media and stuff like that, who are focused on toys, right? The fans. That's really where it boils down to. They are reaching out to the fans. I'd like to say that they're listening to the fans, but they're not. I mean, that's just the truth. But eventually, hopefully, they will. Hopefully, they will start to listen to the fans. But for me, I'm just absolutely, you know, gobsmacked and just elated that things like this are starting to happen. That people are starting to, or companies are starting to notice the hard work that each and every one of the channels that is on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you know, all these great content creators are finally getting some recognition. Even if it's just for a small release or collaboration or a reach out, it just you know, really does take me aback that things like that happen. And you know, tip of the hat to our friends over at Geek Dad Life, you know, the Foosh, all those guys who were able to talk about this, you know, adultcollector.org, you know, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. You know, it's the hard work is there. The hard work is there, the effort and everything, you know. And all things aside, okay, all things aside, we're not always gonna agree. We're not always going to agree. There are going to be times where arguments are going to come up, disputes are going to come up. You know, we're all human, right? We're all human, and we all get into these types of things. But when what really counts is our love of toys, our passion for the popular culture of the 70s, 80s, and 90s and beyond. That's what really matters, right? And if you're doing your job, if you are bringing added value to your viewers and making sure that they know what is coming up next and how to prepare for it, and or even if it's just to give your opinion of what you think about this news or anything else, then you've done your job, right? And I think that you need to, you know, if nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, right? This is the next step, right? This is the next step. And it's only going to get better from here. It really is. Thank you guys here for being for like, you know, just listening to me ramble on for the past oh my god, like half an hour. Let's say hi to a couple of people in the chat, but first I want to give a huge thanks to my good friend Neo Celestia. Thank you, Neo Celestia. $5.50 super chat, my friend. You are always here for me. You're always supporting me. Great to see you. I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks, or sorry, next week. We will definitely be reconnecting. Hey, Jay, hope you're doing well. Maybe we'll see you next weekend. If not, take care and stay awesome. Geek Proud. Thank you so much, Neo Celestia. You are freaking awesome. I miss you, my friend. I will see you for sure next week. I'm going to track you down. Don't worry. I will track you down. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, guys. Oh, jeez. Sorry, that must have been terrible. Again, my allergies. Nolan, thank you so much for the $5.50 super sticker, my friend. You are awesome. Here's a $5 for the May Long. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate that. We'll have a 2-4 in your honor there, Nolan. Thank you so much for that. You are awesome, my friend. Definitely huge support of the channel. Thank you so much, Nolan. You are the best, my friend. You're incredible. Again, Neo Celeste, thank you too. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go back and say hi to the people in the chat. I know you guys have been waiting patiently. Natural Nate Marvel, what's going on, my friend? Helian Dread is in the house, speaking moistly. Dave Sinelli says the second character looks like Mr. Bogus hulking out. It's not. It's actually a gargoyle. Sculpt Viper Tommy, live Jay, hoorah! Good to see you, Skype. Sculpt Viper Tommy. Lord Hoagie is in the house. Dividends. I want more Snake Man. Yes, we all do. Brick Something is in the house. Guys, definitely give Brick Something a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Andrew Davis, yo, it's crime time. Rest in peace, Shad Gaspard. Rest in peace to Shad Gaspard for sure. Thank you, Andrew Davis. Mr. Vice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Loving the channel, Jay. Keep up the great work, my friend. Thank you so much, Mr. Vice. Danny Phillips, what's going on, my friend? Brick Something is in the house again. Fright Zone, hey, Jay. MOTU forever, bro. MOTU forever, brother. That is awesome. Tim Hayes, what's going on, my friend? What's nuts? Everything's nuts. It's all these nuts, my friend. Addy Boy's in the house. Good to see you, brother. How you doing? Mike Fee is in the house. Darren Homel is in the house. Ozdramandus Toys. Guys, definitely give Oz a like and a follow. Great YouTuber. And, of course, content creator. Plastic Snot Goblin, what's going on, brother? That is an awesome handle, my friend. I love commercials as a kid, but not as an adult. They annoy the crap out of me. Hey, you know what? We're only getting older, my friend. We're not getting any younger. That much is true. 8-Bit is in the house. What's going on, my friend? The Felon Attorney, Oregon IRL. What's going on, my friend? My buddy. Kid sister. Wherever I go, she goes. Love that. It's in my head. Psycho Hot is in the house. What's going on, dude? Mike Fee again. Let's see here. Speaking Moistly is in the house. What's going on? All my news comes from the Toy Tubers. That's right. All of it. All the good stuff. Anyway. Ian, 2800. Leaks are a marketing tool. That's true. That's possibly true. That is actually a very good point. Let's see here. Anybody else that we haven't said hi to? Mario Tovar. Aren't you going to talk about the failure of the Star Wars Hotel, Halcon, and WDW, Disneyland Neighbor? Mario, thank you again for sending me that what's it called? That article, guys. By the way, if you haven't already, definitely check out Mario Tovar's Instagram. He's always going around the Disneyland Neighbor, of course, and checking out some of the best news that's going on with Disneyland and the parks that are connected to it. Definitely check out his Instagram. Thank you, Mario. We will circle back to that. I'll give you a star. Darren Homel again. Primate 76. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Mr. Mega Awesome J. By the way, Primate, I haven't forgotten. It's just been so hard for me to get out right now. Everything's just been so tough. But I will answer your question. I know you've been bugging me. It's just been so difficult. I really apologize about that. It's my fault. Toy Bounty Hunter, what's going on, my friend? Dartherian is in the house, coming up with the depths of the tears of the kingdom. So new MOTU announced. Yes, the MOTU has been announced today. Dave Sinelli, what's going on? Anybody else we haven't said hi to yet? Sorry, guys. Gonna keep skipping here, unfortunately. Chris Beyond is in the house. I used to get inside scoops from 31 Flavors. Baskin Robbins, the best. Is Baskin Robbins still even around? Draconin, all my local spots for this kind of stuff are gone. So sad. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Toy Connections is in the house. Another wonderful YouTuber. Guys, definitely give Toy Connections a like and a follow. Tell him that Jay sent you. What's going on, Ken? Bloodsport. Did anybody see that new Guy King video game? Because I've seen the video game. I haven't really seen another Guy King, but sorry, I'm talking about Grandizer. I don't know which Guy King are you talking about. Bloodsport 1. Let me know. Danny Phillips, what's going on? Oh yeah, that's right. Toy Connections is doing a wonderful live stream. I think it's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, Ken, with Toy Connections. I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody reminded me, but it's on Vykron. Actually, a whole idea of Vykron. That's so much fun. You guys definitely have to check that out. Let's see here. Black Phoenix 77, Healy and Dread. What's going on, my friends? How are you tonight? This morning, actually. Bernie Lomax. Hello, Jan Chat. Hand winking. Wee-hee. What's going on, Bernie? Anybody else we haven't said hi to? Tim Haynes. That person shouldn't have given up anything. That person shouldn't have given anything up. This is true. I agree with you, Tim. In my opinion, they had no right to come to his house. They had no right to question him. They had no right to shake it. If it's true, they had no right to shake him down. That's freaking ridiculous. Terrible. TW, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Natural Nate Marvel is in the house. Funky Play Brothers, Toy Learning Adventures. What's going on, guys? Can't stay. Just want to say Retro J is awesome. Keep up the good vibes and the good streams. I believe the Funky Play Brothers also has a YouTube channel. Definitely check them out, guys. Wonderful. Let's see here. Randall Gazig is in the house. World's Gone Insane, Jay. Montana just blocked Tim Talk in the state. What does that mean? What's Tim Talk? I have no idea what Tim Talk is. What is Tim Talk? Is it a content creator? Was he blocked? That's terrible. Dartherian, depends on how you see it. The Wizards are still making bank overall, but it's really taking down the game with oversaturation of the product. That's crazy. That is freaking nuts. Bernie Lomax talking about toys. Yesterday, I came across 30 plus old 80s catalog Christmas books, the best JCPenney, Sears. It was so nice seeing them. Brought back so many memories. That's awesome, Bernie. Congratulations, brother. I would love to see those. Let's see here. The Deadheads. Did you circle the stuff you want? That is a good question. Jamie Sanders, what's going on, my friend? How are you tonight? Anybody else that we haven't said hi to yet? Tim Hayes again. Good to see you, brother. I know back in 2002, stores weren't allowed to sell DVDs before the street date, but I heard Walmart would put the stuff and sell movies before. Yeah, it happens all the time. They don't really care. The employees don't really understand either. It's just the way it is. Also, pardon me, guys. Osterman's Toys. Damn straight, Jay. Just do it. That's right. Just do it, guys. Mike Fee is in the house. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Nolan, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thank you again for the super chat, my friend. You're awesome. Anybody else? Brick something. Salama, Jay. No, don't worry about it, buddy. It's all good. All good, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Anybody else? Cobweb. Danny and Nolan, what's going on? Yo, Joe C, give Mega J a like. Thank you so much, Yo, Joe C. You're awesome, my friend. Star Killer Base in the house. What's going on, dude? How you doing tonight? Anybody else? We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Natural Nate Marvel's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Again, thank you so much, Neil Celeste. You are amazing, and we will see you next week. Dave Sinelli, they should listen to us. They should, but they don't. Lord Hoagie, what's going on, brother? Nolan, thank you again for the $5. It's $6. I'm gonna go ahead and round it up. $6 super chat. Thank you so much. John Brooks, what's going on, brother? Hey, everybody, greetings from the Philippines. Hope you're all doing great. We are doing much better now that you're here, John. Good to see you. Oh man. Private 776. Raymond Chong is in the house. What's going on, Raymond? Good to see you, brother. How you doing tonight? TW Chad Stewart J. Have you ever thought of maybe doing your own book like Pixel Dandy? You're so full of great info that I believe you could really put a good book together. Absolutely not. Writing is not one of my strong suits. I'm full of hot air, so I can talk a lot. I can fill up a hot air balloon easily. So yeah, talking is my thing. I don't think I could do a book. That's just something I have no inkling on. I don't really have any talent on that. But thank you, Chad. I really appreciate it. Michael Blobe, what's going on, Michael Blobe? I should make a channel, but I don't have a camera for a mic for it. I was around in the pioneer days of influencers back when Figure Zone was the biggest site, and me and Nathan Henneman had talks. Dude, you don't need any of that. You've heard this a bunch of times, I'm pretty sure, but if you have one of these, you can get started with a YouTube channel. All you need is a phone. Michael, start. Just start. Just do it, man. Just do it. That's all I gotta say. Seriously, please, just do it, my friend. Michael Blobe. Nathan Hanneman had a Sheep's Toy page, and it went on to work. Tom, and then now at Diamond. Nice. That's awesome. Tom Art, by the way. What's going on, guys? Tomato Bomb Sponge in the house. What's going on, my friend? Natural Name Marvel. Anybody else? I'm catching up, guys. I really am. Danny Rodriguez, what's going on, my friend? How are you tonight? Mega J Rocks. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Mario, good to see you. Guys and gals, in case you forgot, click that like button. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Ashman55, good evening from Tucson, Arizona. I can't wait for tomorrow's Horseman in-stock sale. Yes, guys. Apparently, Goku is coming in stock. That is so awesome. Figure Obscura, I think, isn't it? I believe it is. And other stock, apparently. So, great stuff. Tim Hayes, Hasbro is limited with what they can do when it comes to Star Wars toys. They can only make what Lucasfilms tells them that they can make. So, that's one of the reasons why they don't listen to us. Interesting. I believe they have some freedom, but not a lot, apparently. Mike V, I use my phone. You are right, Jay. Yes, please use your phone, guys. I'm not sure, but if Mike has a YouTube channel, definitely give Mike Fee a like and a follow. It's not that Jay sent you. Cobweb, I'm 3 videos in, and I can't believe the positive feedback I've had from the community. Congratulations, Cobweb. Definitely, guys, check out Cobweb. Give him a like and a follow as well. Tim Hayes, got to love Tomart's guide to the action figure collectibles. Lots of nice photos and vintage action figures. Beautiful. Danny Phillips, I know, right? Nolan, I keep seeing Ghost haunting a Conan figure. Okay. Sure. I'm not I came into the wrong conversation there. Michael Blobe, I guess I should give the phone a try. It won't look pro, but dude, do I look pro? I mean, I don't look. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like right now, my camera's doing some weird strobing thing. You know what I mean? Like it's not about looking pro. It's about your passion. It's about It's about getting started. And it's about talking about what you love. And you know what? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it, man. Just like my Lord Palpatine says, do it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Nolan, ha ha ha. Bernie Lawrence, did you see George Lucas is coming back to Disney? Hired him to write 2 more movies. That's awesome. I hope it comes true. I don't know if that's. I didn't hear that. I did not hear that. Star Killer Base, off topic. I got my Mexican duplico yesterday. Well, beautiful, brother. That's awesome. Congratulations, Danny. I love how confused that got Jay. Yeah, man, I was completely over my head. Me, Tim Lock. My Snake Face and DB Skelly are ready to ship, but I'm hesitating because I'd like to get my pile of loot bigger before I ship. Well, dude, wait. Just wait. You can always wait. Black Phoenix 77. I used my phone to film videos too. Exactly, guys. Definitely check out Black Phoenix 77. Tell them Jay said you. Bernie Lomax, that's news to me. It's news to me too. John Brooks, what's going on? A question for the chat. What's everyone's favorite cartoon opening credits song? Mine is number 1, Thundercats, 2, Jason the Wheel Warriors, and 3, Mask. Yes, you know what? Those are some awesome intros, John. What I personally would also add Silverhawks, another great intro, and of course all the original G.I. Joe intros. Love them. So much fun. Mike Fee, Lucas is back. What? Yeah, man, that's brand new news to me. Lisa Roberts, Lucas coming back to Disney? Where? That is a good question. Can you send us the article? Bernie, can you send us the article? I would love to see that. Me, Tim Lock, but I want them now. Of course you want them now. We always want them now. Danny, he's behind you, Jay. Who's behind? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Silverhawks, yes. Me, Tim Lock, but I want more stuff. Everyone wants more stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to start moving on, guys. Star Killer Base wanted to know the Star Wars Hotel. Oh, yeah, we're gonna circle back to that. We are definitely gonna circle back to that, brother. Extendar, G.I. Joe movie had the best G.I. Joe intro ever. It was a lot of fun, brother. It was a lot of fun. 1-10, my favorite intro was the Cops intro. Yes, fighting crime in a future time. Absolutely, my friend. Okay, so I think we caught up. Whew, I don't know how we did it, but we finally caught up. So guys, today I did want to actually get a little bit into this. Let me just take care of my nose situation here for a second. But I did want to showcase something here. Take a look at this, guys. This is kind of crazy. This has been. Hold on, guys. I really am just gonna take care of this. Give me 1 second. Oh, jeez. It's running away from me. It is running away from me. What the heck? How is this possible? What is going on? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Why were human beings made to suffer like this? I will never know. Okay. So, guys, earlier today, well, not earlier today. It's actually been a few days now. And I wanted to bring this up because of something else that came across my feed. But I just did want to cover this one in particular at the beginning of the stream. I thought it was just fascinating. So a number of days ago, we all know that the Snake Man 4-pack, how come this thing's not extending? Was actually the packaging was actually released by Manuel Eduardo Caritas, and wonderful artwork as always. Bravo to the team over at over at Mattel. Quite fascinating. just happened there? If we take a look at this shot here in particular, we can see that He-Man actually has his power sword, which of course is patterned after the 2000X power sword, which I still think is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what the Four Horsemen were thinking with this thing, but anyway, we'll get to that later. And it's chromed out. Okay, this is interesting. This is actually a chromed out sword. However, the eagle-eyed viewers who have been, messaging me nonstop, and it's happening a lot, are saying if you look inside the packaging of the Snakeman 4-pack, this is really super disappointing. If you look in here and you actually take a look at this, what's that? It is a non-chromed version of the power sword. I'm not sure what's happening here. We already have. Here's the truth. We already have a version of Snake Armor He-Man which was released, a little while ago. If he was in, well, if you could ever find him, he was in stores and he was available, and he did not come with a chromed sword. Okay. I guess when they first put out these solicitation photos and we were able to see a chromed out version of the sword on Entertainment Earth, if I'm correct, let's just double check on that. Entertainment Earth, Snakeman. Let's just double check on that because I believe that on here is where we actually do see, yes, this is where I first saw the chromed out version of the sword. And this led people to believe that this version would come with a chromed out version of the power sword. However, this version here that we see in the packaging is not a chromed out version. So now this has become Chromegate. We are now looking at Chromegate, everybody. What version of the power sword will come with the Snakeman 4-pack? I think a lot of people are starting to become concerned with this because, again, Chrome is a big deal. Chrome is a very, very big deal for a lot of collectors. Although I do have to say, Chrome is a pain in the butt, man. Chrome is a pain in the ass. If you touch it too much with your fingers, it will eventually rub off, as anybody who owns a Silverhawk already knows. But we do know that Mattel is not shy to use chrome out, black metallized chrome accessories. For example, the Battlefield Warriors were the entire what's it called? He-Man's entire battle armor is vac metallized for this particular release. And that, for a lot of collectors, is a really big deal, because you know what, people who collect vintage toys, we love this kind of stuff, right? Like we're fascinated by the idea of vac metal, right? Anyone who actually owns this knows how beautiful it looks, right? It's a wonderful piece, and it's interesting that they didn't bother chroming out any of the other weapons. And you have other companies like Super 7 and some other studios who are saying vac metal is so difficult to do, this and that. But if it's so difficult to do, then why is Mattel doing it? Now, you could argue that Mattel is $1 billion company and they can afford to do things like that. I'll buy that argument. I really will. But when you see it in the advertising for a solicitation photos for something like this, which is a 4-pack, which is pivotal to selling these types of things, right? And then you see another shot which actually does not show the vac metallized idea. That's where you start scratching your head and you're like, okay, so what is it and what am I going to be paying for? So, question of the day. What do you guys think? Is this going to be a vac metallized power sword with the Snakeman 4-pack, or is it going to be a regular power sword, which is just gray plastic, and we're not going to see it at all? And the reason I bring this up is not just to poke the bear and point fingers at anybody, right? We don't know what's going on here. It could have easily just been a case of that was the only sword available when they were taking the photos, what have you. However, people are pretty critical on these things. Obviously, if you would love chrome in your action figures, you probably went nuts looking at this thing, right? Because the only other way to get this particular sword was with the He-Man 4-pack, which a lot of people just skipped out on because it was just too expensive. The reason I bring this up is because over on Axel Jimenez Instagram page, by the way, if you ever head full warning here, if you ever head over to Axel Jimenez's page, He's got these awesome pictures of him, behind his collection, and it's just amazing looking at this stuff. But he doesn't mind showing off his guns. He's a big, he's a big fitness buff, so be prepared for that. But his last post was fascinating, absolutely fascinating, and it really is something which has caught the attention of a number of groups, including our good friends over at toyhabits.com, because as we can see right here, Axel Jimenez has teased, or at least showcased, simple, really simple, very, 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 very cryptic as well, extremely cryptic, that he is working, and he just has a photo of a Super 7 hero figure from the Powers of Grayskull. Okay, as Super 7 is the only one who's actually officially released this version so far for the 5.5 inch figures, right? And right in the back here, it's a little hard to see, but right in the back here. Let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. Right in the back here, we can see fascinating that this version that was released by Super 7 once upon a time was vac metalized. So it's not so much that it's like they can't do it, but they just won't do it, which is funny. But anyway, I love the fact that this figure was vac metalized, chromed out, and I'm hoping that continues. But looking further in the background, what is that? Is Axel Jimenez working on something? Is he drawing something? Is he working? What could this possibly mean, everybody? I don't know, because this is something that I'm very, very interested in finding out. If we head over to toyhabits.com, they speculate on the idea that perhaps a vintage style hero, as an actual Master Universe Origins figure, could possibly be in the works in the future. And that's something that I'm very, very excited upon, because, again, we haven't actually received an official, from Mattel, anyway, Mattel proper version of Hero. The Super 7 version to this point is the only version that's ever been released. So, yeah, I think myself, along with a whole bunch of other fans, would definitely be interested in getting ourselves a hero figure from Mattel. I think that would be crazy. I would also love for them to actually make this backing card, bring it back, because I think it looks freaking amazing. I think it's awesome. The Powers of Grayskull line was only ever made in short bursts, and I really am very interested in seeing Hero come to more collections, because this is actually crazy. Holy crap! As we know, Hero was only ever another iteration of Hero was actually made available for the Masterverse collection. So at this point, there are at least there is one canonized version of Hero from Mattel proper. This one, of course, is from the Revelations line. He's looking so great. Obviously, he comes with his staff, his wonderful armor there. It does split open to reveal the power of Grayskull, right? Great stuff. And of course, if you guys can find him in the wild, please definitely pick him up. He's going to be a fan favorite going forward for sure. But my question, of course, is, will he have that vac metal? Because that's something which a lot of people are definitely looking forward to. The original solicitation photos for Hero were actually, this is, by the way, figures.com, and that was hemanworld.com. The original solicitation photos were actually not vac metalized. These were the paint masters for the original sculpt for Hero from Super 7 by the Four Horsemen, I believe. And yeah, this at the time was an interesting take on Hero, and I would be very, very disappointed if we ended up getting a non-vac metalized Hero. I think the bar that was set by Super 7 really needs to be adhered to. I really enjoy this vac metalized version, and I think it's something that they should definitely bring back in its full form. And the fact that Axel Jimenez is teasing it on his Instagram page is something, and it just, to me, brings out more and more and more MOTU news, which is just blowing my mind every single time I see it, and I'm so excited at the possibilities of what this could bring. This is absolutely nuts. So yeah, guys, definitely, very, very interested in what's happening over on Axel Jimenez's page, and of course, what we could possibly be seeing going forward with the Master Universe. Things are just going fast and furious right now. Did I freeze? Is that what happened? Something's going on with my camera. I might actually have to disconnect it. Give me 1 second, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blank myself out. Yeah, so I hope I didn't freeze. Did the podcast just turn into a Saw movie? I hope not. Let's see here. Avengers Earth Mightiest Hero intro. Yes, that was a really good one. Cops and Crooks had a great intro. Amazing. Pole Position. Yes, Pole Position had a great intro. That's actually really cool. I love the songs. The songs are the ones that really get me. Yo, Joe C. My favorite intro was the Muppet Babies. That's a really good one. Powder the Nose. No, I had to go and blow my nose. I had to blow it. Name that tune. That would be nice. We should do it. We should do a name that tune for sure. Bernie Lomax. Not sure how I could send that, as it was an article in the magazine that I read on the doctor's office. I believe it was in GQ magazine. You know what, brother? I haven't heard anything. And when did you read that? Was it a month ago? Because nothing has been said about Lucas writing 2 movies. I've never heard that. Not lately, anyway. Star Killer Base. Thanks for the sound effects, Jay. There you go, brother. Me don't hear anything. Oh no, that's not good. No sound effects. Shoot, I thought it was my internet. Oh no. Oh geez, did I leave it on mute? Was that what happened? That sucks. I hope it's all released the Snake Fair Lady Slither. Jay's back in the house. Yes, I am back in the house. This 4-pack is pretty awesome. Yes. Oh, Chrome. Yeah. Again, Chrome is really good. I personally like the Chrome. Chad Stewart. Sitting on Chrome. Yes. Fellow attorney IRL looks better than Sunman 3. I know, right? Tim Hayes. So there are some weird looking MOTU figures. They remind me of ones from the 1980s, but look like prototypes of unproduced lines. Are some weird looking MOTU figures. They remind me of some ones from. I'm not sure 100% which ones you're talking about, Tim. You're gonna have to remind me. Yo, Joe C. The Rattle Hood looks super sick. Yes, it actually does. Bouquet makes me wonder if they used the sword from He-Man 4-pack. I see what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying, Tim. That's what I'm wondering too, Bouquet. I'm wondering if that's actually what happened. If they had it lying around and they just ended up using it. Cobweb, the chrome sword from the TV 4-pack, I'm guessing. Yes, I think a lot of us are actually thinking of that too. Me, Tim Locke. Whoever took the pictures used the chrome. Yeah, it looks like everyone is on the same page. Yes, it is temporarily for the time being. It is an Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store exclusive for now. But in a month or two, maybe 3, maybe during the launch, it will actually also come to regular fan channels as well. Chromed out Alpinas. Nolan, those got the 4 TV pack that would have been upset. No, not really. I don't care. I love the 4-pack. I think it's great. Black Phoenix 77. Those Snake Men are just lazy repants, man. No, I don't think so. I really like them. I like them a lot, especially the blue one. I really like Rattle Hood. I like him. Dartharian, Chrome, whoop whoop. Yeah, there you go, brother. Live it up. Dave Sanelli, Rattle Hood and his not so merry Snake Man. Me, Timlock, Chemicon's Vac Metal. Yes, he would look awesome. That iron a snake. Yeah, that would be wicked. Danny Phillips, the 2 boring Snake Men didn't get any weapons. You know what? We don't know that yet. Truthfully, because on all the solicitation photos, none of the Snake Men are holding their weapons, as far as I can remember. Anyway, let me just double check on that. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, he is. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Huh. Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't get their weapons. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But you know what? They have their own unique abilities, right? One is a spy, and the other one is a poison. So basically, they do their own little thing, man. They do their own little thing. But again, you're not wrong, Danny. You're definitely not wrong. So far, I can't see any accessories either. Nolan, Five Fist He-Man had a lot of Vac Metal. True, very true. Sorry, did that? I can't remember. I get the Origins version. Maybe you're right. Me, Timlock. It's rubbing off already. I know, right? Black Phoenix 77, Dartharian. It's a reference to the Garfield TV special. Nice touch. No, I see what you're saying. Lisa Roberts. My brother had an incredible toy collection. I'm sure they will want these. Nice. I hope they get them. Dartharian. I watched that one with too much tape. Let's see here. The Felon Attorney, Oregon IRL. I wonder if Barbie does well this summer. We actually get a new MOTU movie. Again, I'm not holding my breath for a MOTU movie. I've been waiting and waiting. I'll believe it when I see it. Felon Attorney. Star Killer Base. I will be holding on to the hero because that Matt Gold is a no-brainer. There you go, brother. Absolutely. Wow, the chat just got away from me again. All right, I'm gonna have to start skipping. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Lisa Roberts, Battle Armor He-Man looks wow, absolutely. Speaking moistly regular, they lied to us. Well, we don't know that yet. Bernie Lomax is probably the hardest part about releasing new content. Anytime you show concepts to the public, they will take it as it is, not when it's not. It all depends on what the machining at the moment was casing. That's possible. That is possible. But you really shouldn't be putting something in a shot that's not supposed to be there. It should come with a warning at the bottom saying that not a final product. I think that's probably true. Cobweb says what's in the box is probably more accurate. Maybe. Chad Stewart might be offering both. One will be a variant. Maybe a certain amounts of swords will be chrome. There's an interesting too, sort of like chase figures. Starkiller Base. Mattel have to know how it works and have to know the community they make it for these things, in my opinion. I don't disagree. I really don't. Let's see here. Andrew Davis. I still say He-Man 40th Anniversary 4-pack will be overpriced by $10. Resellable clamshell packages are $30 alone. That's fine, Andrew. I was happy to buy it. I really enjoy it. Nomsky, it'll be hard to beat that Super 7 one. You're not. I don't deny that. That's actually really, really true. Plasmar confirmed. What? Maybe. I don't know. Danny Phillips, hero will be a Mattel Creations, I bet. You know what? Maybe. That's a possibility. I mean, he's a deluxe figure. At least they packed him out like a deluxe figure. Break something, agreed. It's really cool. Different cardback designs. A really, really nice refresh. That's awesome. Darthadian, Powers of Grayskull as next year's card refresh would be cool for Origins. Yes, I think that's true too. Chad Stewart, it would be interesting to see if they made the show on Heroes Way before Adam was given his powers. Yes, that would be a really good show, I think, as well. Break something. Jay, you're 100% a good guy. Video was just out for like 2 minutes earlier. Been perfect since. Thank you so much, Brick Something. Really appreciate that, brother. Salamat, pare. Let's see here. Anybody else? Tim Hayes, podcast. There's a live stream. I know, right? Danny Phillips. This one has a sterner face, more aggressive looking than the other youngster, at the same as Beastman, had varied colors, etc. The battle armor had been shown a brown and blonde beard. Interesting. Dartharian, did no one say X-Men? Because that intro is one of the best. Ah, this is true. I did love the X-Men. I love the Japanese version too. Rarakan, hello, buddy. Hello, guys. Everyone's doing great. Yes, we are. Rara, much better than you here, buddy. Dave Snelly, will be awesome to see him pull off the shield throw like Captain America. Neil Hunter Hyde. Well, hello, Jay. Just woke up from a nap. I'm so pumped for Fang-Or and Lady Slither. Yes. Gummy Bears, Voltron, best intro songs they ever sold you on what to watch was made it so good. Yes, Bernie. Wonderful choices, 100%. Let's see here. Anybody else that we haven't said hi to yet? Justin Mohan is in the house. They should have called the Snake Man Rattle and Hum. A rattle and hum. Interesting, Justin. Interesting. But I like the names they chose. That's just my opinion. The fellow attorney Jay, been waiting the same amount of time for a MOTU movie will come from the Secret and the Secret and Manifest, a new MOTU movie. I have faith. I've lost all hope. Mothman, Flying Fist is metallic. True. Okay, this is something I forgot. Extendar. I'm still mad that they gave us the ugly yellow paint instead of gold paint on the promo for the Tila and Zor 2-pack. That is interesting, my friend. Michael Bulbe. So a question related to the chrome. Would the majority of people rather have hero with chrome but non-removable armor or non-chrome with removable armor? Currently, Mattel is worried that the bending about the bending of the armor. I wouldn't mind if it's chromed and removable. That's just my vote. Yes, that's exactly what it is. You know what? It is what it is. But here's the thing: I don't generally remove those straps anyway. So it is an interesting conundrum for sure. Danny, if Barbie does well, I think they will put more effort into a MOTU movie. You just never know. That's a weird one. I don't know. I'm not gonna pass judgment on that. FFP 4-pack isn't lazy. They're Snake Army builders, so they're perfect. They exist to make money on pre-existing molds to make way for new tooling. Thank you, FFP. That's a great insight. Bernie Lomax. Mattel could just give us consumers a real metal mini sword that would blow collectors' minds. That would be kind of crazy. Kind of like the ones that were included with the 40th anniversary pack. So yeah, if they started releasing those, that would be crazy, but it would shoot up the price considerably. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Emperor Shao Kahn is in the house. What's going on, Emperor Shao Kahn? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Chad Stewart, every time I hear the song of Hero of the Day from Metallica, I think of He-Man. Just the two go together. Absolutely. I totally agree. I 100% totally agree. Neil Hunter Hyde. Danny Phillips. This EU Sorceress you're talking about, is it Origins or Masterverse? Oh, I did not know we were talking about EU Sorceress. Danny Phillips. Did anyone Skeletor come with the wrong name on the card back? Mine says Grizzlor. Cool. That's really neat. I think you got a mislabeled packaging design. That's neat. Nolan, I can see an animated movie, but I believe the live action when I see it. Yeah, I'm exactly in that same boat, my friend. I'm 100% in that same boat. All right, so let's keep going, guys. Today is a long day. Actually, I think I'm finished with this slide set. So let's move on to. So guys, this falls under the about time category. I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the stream, and I'm going to add a new screen. I'm going to add a new screen. Yeah, it's about time this happened. Lexington finally got dropped on for pre-orders on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. And I, for one, am wondering where the heck were these solicitation photos? Every other gargoyle so far had a full set of solicitation photos, and Lexington did not. And I have to wonder if it's because they were trying to figure out his wing situation. But this leads to another set of questions, in my opinion, because as we can see here in the pack out, first of all. Lexington comes with a bunch of crazy stuff. He comes with a swappable head, which is standard for these gargoyles. He comes with a headset for communications, several swappable hands, the figure itself, of course, which looks awesome. He also comes with a remote control for some sort of device. I'm not sure which. A crossbow, as well as 4 arrows for the crossbow as well. Very, very cool. His wings are also made of a pliable material. Now, not sure what the material is. I wonder if we go back and read a little bit. What does this actually say? The latest edition of Gargoyles Reimagined figures features flexible webbed wings, 2 interchangeable portrait, multiple swapped hands, crossbow, the assorted belt, a headset, remote. Like previous lines, this is a US only release. Lexington is priced about $38 depending on retailer and is due for release in September. Interesting. I'm not sure if they are plastic wings. I'm wondering if these are actually, I think they are plastic, and if they are, that is one malleable material. But this leads to the question that I've always had: why didn't they just put this this type of plastic in with the other gargoyles instead of making you have to buy the additional figures with draped cloaks? Which maybe I'm answering my own question. I'm not sure, but still, it is an interesting question because, as we can see here, Lexington looks awesome. He looks absolutely cool. I love the way he looks. You know, the overall sculpt. He's the shortest of all the gargoyles, and as a matter of fact, probably the shortest of all of the figures that are going to be released in the line. I love the loincloth with the belt, and those wings, man. They just look so cool. I really do like the way they've been sculpted. The fact that they're flexible really makes them invaluable because this character, as we all know, his wings are attached to his arms. So it's one of those things which would be disingenuous if they made us buy another set of arms just for his wings. He looks absolutely like he jumped off of the cartoon screen. A little bit more muscular, obviously slightly more realistic, but he looks amazing. The wings are super malleable as well, and if we look closely, they are actually pinched into the forearms right here. That, of course, is going to cause problems later down the road because no matter how flexible a plastic is, eventually moving a lot of movement on those tiny little points of articulation will eventually shear off the plastic. It really is just one of those unfortunate things. That crossbow looks mean, man. That thing is one crazy looking crossbow. I'm pretty sure it was featured in one of the shows. But yeah, that's a really wonderful addition to the Lexington set. I do love the way it looks. It's like a crossbow, but with a chain. Wow, that's just nuts. There he is, and we can see the size relationship with Brooklyn here. He looks absolutely crazy. I really do appreciate the attention to detail they've made with these figures. They look absolutely stunning. And again, I just like the way they've solved this problem with the foldable wings. But it really does just continue to make me ask the same questions. How come they couldn't do this in the first place? I guess it just came with time and experimentation, and they finally came up with a solution. But I mean, man, I don't know. I'm gonna get it regardless. You know what I mean? I've been waiting to finish out my entire collection of Gargoyles figures, and he's one of those last missing pieces of the puzzle. And I can't wait to actually get him into the collection. He looks absolutely stunning. I really am excited to be able to put him on my shelf with all the rest of the gargoyles. And yeah, so this is going to be a lot of fun. So guys, he is available right now for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. I will have a link, the hell are they called? I will have an affiliate link in the description below, so you guys can use that, help out the channel. Thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, Lexington, man, it's about freaking time. I definitely have to say that this is something I've been looking forward to for quite some time, and I'm so glad that they finally put him into his own, made his figure available for all of us. He's $37.99, available right now on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. Guys, don't sleep on this. He really is a wonderful character, and I hope that everyone was able to pick him up for their collection. This is a lot of fun. I really am a big fan of Gargoyles, and I didn't even realize I was such a big fan. I'm very excited to see him in person. Andrew Davis, Thundercats had the best intro in my opinion. I love the Thundercats intro, one of my favorites. Danny Phillips, all mentioned Masterverse, Hero, Frosta, Sorceress, Beastman Deluxe, and Battle Army He-Man all have different faces or paint apps. There you go, my friend. That's a very good point. Neil Hunter hides. Sony continues to update their pre-production status periodically to obtain their options/license to the film property. It's not coming out until they actually start filming. Exactly, Neil, and I will believe it when I see it. Helian Dread. If Hero is supposed to be the main protagonist of the Powers of Grayskull Toyland, then there's no way he could be the Creations exclusive, but who knows? That is an interesting point, my friend, and I really am hoping that we all get an opportunity to get Hero. He's going to be very, very popular. Bernie Lomax, I could see MOTU Netflix series show first. But I hope not. I really hope not. But if they do, I hope they cast well. So Helian Dread, just to circle back on that, I do have to say that I believe that they could possibly do something along the lines of how do I say this properly? Along the lines of a non-backmetaled version for the general release and a special edition backmetal version for Mattel Creations, and I think that in and of itself would be something. So I guess it remains to be seen. Let's see here, Emperor Shao Kahn. I'm doing well, Jay. And how's the weather there? It's getting warmer. Believe it or not, it is getting warmer here in the Great White North. So yeah, we are enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Neil Hunter, hi. Danny Phillips, that's awesome. I'd be curious to see the photo of these EU photos. Yes, that would be very, very cool. Danny Phillips, Helian, if he's back metal, he will be Mattel Creations. I'm not 100% sure on that. As we said, as we've seen before, and multiple people have mentioned, Flying Fist He-Man did come out as a deluxe figure with back metal. So I'm not 100% sure, but again, it could just be one of those cases where the regular edition is non-back metal, meaning he gets in one of these regular backing cards, or a Powers of Grayskull backing card, and then the back metalized version would come out as a Mattel Creation. So you might be right. You might be right. Robert Kent, I'll bet my cup of coffee we won't get the 4-pack here. I don't about it. I hope you do, because honestly, they're not really selling well. So I'm hoping they ship it out to all sorts of places. Nolan, sweet. He's one of my favorites. Absolutely. Dartharian just got Broadway in Brooklyn this week. Nice. Sorry, that was Broadway, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. My apologies. I should have said Broadway. It's hard to keep track of their names sometimes. Danny Phillips, Sorceress only EU is the one for the first and second orders. That's unfortunate. FFP, the live action movies in development. We've been saying that for decades, not believing it. There's a director and He-Man has been cast. Doesn't mean it'll get made, but it's moving forward at least. Brother, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not taking a dig at you. I'm just saying I will believe it when I see it. Oh, my goodness. That crossbow looks great with my Buffy figure. That's true, right? That is actually true. Nolan, those wings may end up being a mistake. We'll see. Because if eventually they will brittle. Brittle Max, have you seen the all new D&D figures from Dragons? Figured dragons, and now they made dragons. It gives me hope that the 7-headed Hydro Dragon is coming. I can't think of its name at the moment. If we actually do get what's it called? Tiamat. If we get Tiamat, Bernie, I'll be over the moon. I will be over the moon if we actually get Tiamat. That would be awesome. Dave Sanelli, loincloth covers his lower horn. The little smaller lower horn. No. Mothman 46. Those wings aren't plastic. They are fine Corinthian leather. No, they're not leather. I am almost certain they're not leather. But that is funny. Fine Corinthian leather. Sorry. Faux leather. Yes. Pleather. Primate 76. Yesterday, I finally got Brooklyn. They're hard to find here. Yes. Congratulations, my friend. Chad Stewart. Bertie, are you talking about Tiamat? Yes, I believe I'm talking about Tiamat. Fellow attorney, Oregon IRL. Why did they ever have a gargoyle named Staten Island? Very funny, dude. That's his name. Yes, that's him. When is Ramen going to have that new head sculpt for the movie He-Man? Apparently, they just made an update. We're going to get to that next. Mask and Ulysses 31 intros rock hard. Very cool. They were awesome, weren't they? Chad Stewart. Bernie, that is Queen of Evil Dragons and the Goddess of Evil. There you go, my friend. Yojo C. Margaret Robbie is the Barbie, and maybe she's She-Ra next. Ooh, that would be neat. Justin Mohan, are you working on your own action figure line? No, not really. I'm going to say no. I'm working on a line. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. But it's not mine. Toy Bounty Hunter. Pre-ordered Lexington right away. Got Brooklyn and Broadway on BBTS this past week. Excellent. Fellow attorney, if Margaret Robbie is too old to be She-Ra, that's not true. That is not true. Unfortunately, casting is based on multiple reasons, multiple things. I think she'd do fine as She-Ra. Robert Kent 33. Adam Smasher was supposed to be He-Man. I know, and you know what? That would have been a terrible choice. Looking at it now, would have been an absolute terrible choice. Chad Stewart, Brady, I would love to get a team at. So would I. Oh my God, Big Rib, what's going on, Big Rib? How you doing, brother? How you doing? The film attorney IRL. Robert Kent, the actor, he certainly is built for He-Man. Yeah, but he's not. Looking at his performance, he would be a terrible He-Man. Danny Phelps, Yo Joe, I would love that. Amber Turd was my perfect Adora, but not now. LOL, that would be crazy. Robert Kent, the fellow attorney, yeah. From what I heard, Noah Centineo was supposed to be Adam. I believe that is the case, but I don't know. It wouldn't have worked in my opinion. That's just me though. That's just me. All right, guys. So moving on. We did bring this up, so we might as well end on a high note, guys. I think it's probably a good idea. Ramen Toy has been showing off some crazy things lately, and I'm super excited at what they've been showing off. This is actually crazy. So, guys, if you haven't already heard, there's been a lot of controversy on the what's it called, the Falcon figure from G.I. Joe. Now, me personally, I don't really mind Falcon. I don't know why everyone's so hung up about him. G.I. Joe classified Falcon. I personally don't see too much of a problem with his face. I mean, when you zoom in this close, okay, and this is what a lot of people have to realize. When you zoom in this close to somebody's face, I mean, yeah, it's going to look a little bit strange, right? But if you actually hold the figure at a decent level, you know, where you are going to hold him in real life, it's not that bad. But basically, this has become a really big type of thing where people are questioning, you know, what happened, right? People are always asking the question, you know, how do certain figures end up looking like this or this or this when they were supposed to look like this, right? So, obviously, this happens in manufacturing. It is just a thing that does happen during the development process. I mean, that's just what happens, right? And the final figures do come out a certain way, and people have tried their best to create, you know, customized figures based off of that, right? So you can see here, and if you're not a good customizer yourself, it definitely would at least appear that Ramen Toy is trying to come to the rescue once again with their Green Beret figure, and he's looking pretty good. I personally don't think I'll be going in on this only because I don't need it. I'm perfectly fine with Falcon the way he looks. You know, I've already opened him up. As a matter of fact, maybe I can just grab him. Hold on for a second here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try and grab Falcon since we're talking. Let's see where I put him. I put him over here somewhere. Falcon, where are you? There you are. I found you. Yeah, my Falcon doesn't. I don't know. My Falcon doesn't look that bad. I really don't know why everyone's being so critical about this particular one. But if you are worried about Falcon, Ramen Toy is looking to make a new version of Falcon for anybody who's interested. Now, again, me personally, I actually don't see anything wrong with this Falcon. That again is just me, right? I really don't see anything wrong with him. To me he looks fine. You know, he's got this. Well, let me just move your head down. Let the people see your pretty face. There we go. I mean, honestly, to me he looks okay. I don't know why people are being so critical about this particular version of Falcon. I mean, his lips are maybe just a tad large for my liking. You know what I mean? But in terms of his overall look, maybe it's just mine. Maybe it's the version that I got. You know, he looks pretty good. I don't know. It could be anything. But if this version of Falcon is not to your liking, right? If this is not your Falcon, right, then Ramen Toy seems to be able to back you up. They actually have a working version of a newer Falcon, looking more like the cartoon as well. I think that's actually been the biggest thing about this. A lot of people are saying that they want the Falcon that they saw in the cartoon, right? This younger version of Falcon. I think that's been the biggest hangup. And this one here is looking more like the version of Falcon, which I think a lot of people are hoping to get. So I think that's been the biggest gripe from a lot of people. And now with Ramen Toy stepping in, I think we're gonna possibly get a version which is closer to the cartoon than this version that I have in front of me. So that's gonna be very, very interesting. The other question that came up earlier in the chat is what's going on with Master Universe and their swappable heads. Well, Ramen Toy has basically come in and they are actually showing off packaging designs for the heads themselves as well. This is interesting. You can see here that the packages will be individually slotted, which I think is really cool. I think that that's added value. I wasn't thinking that we were going to get any packaging. I thought they were just going to come in small packets. But yeah, Ramen Toy being the consummate professionals, they're actually starting to develop the packaging design for the Masterverse heads, the Masters of the Verse heads. So I think that's absolutely amazing. And remember, guys, this is the only run that's going to be made of these figures. Once they're made, that's it. They're not going to be made again. So if you are thinking about getting these, you better get on it as soon as possible, because once the pre-orders are done, that's it. These will sell out forever. So guys, do not sleep on this. Definitely head over to ramentoy.com, put in your pre-order right today, because once these go out of stock, that will be the end of this particular release for the Masters of the Verse. So don't sleep on that, guys. That's just my advice to you if you really are interested in that going forward. The Red Gullwing also got we got a sneak peek, not a sneak peek. We got a look at the Red Gullwing's box design. Holy crap! This is absolutely nuts. I mean, this is crazy. I just this harkens back to my childhood, really. Like, I am literally reminded of going into the stores and seeing this amazing looking Thunderhawk. I never bought it because again, they were quite pricey. And of course, the Red Gullwing is not cheap either. But man, look at this packaging design. I love it. It harkens so much back to the days when Mask was on was in the aisleways. Like, this is just crazy. Oh my god, I love the red design. I love the Machina logo. I love the idea of the character included. I love the artwork. Bravo to whoever did the artwork for this. Let's see if we can get his name. Come on, Ramen. Don't fail me now. Here we go. Mock-up for the Red Gullwing with a pre-production unit inside to the test look, making some fine-tuning adjustments to the packaging as well as upon instruction. They didn't. They have no. Come on, it's got to be. There's got to be something here. Oh no, too bad. I was hoping that they would have credited the artist, but they didn't. They have in previous posts. They have, and you know what? It's really awesome. It is really, really awesome, and this is crazy. I love the way this looks, guys. If you are in on the Red Gullwing, definitely head over to Ramen Toys. Put down a pre-order. It's $170 USD for the Red Gullwing, and when you think about it, for an inbox price for a Thunderhawk, this is a steal. And of course, the springs are perfect. All of the transformations will be 100%, and of course, it comes with an additional figure. So much great stuff coming out of Ramen right now. It is ridiculous. The last piece of news that we have with Ramen is they are starting to show off pre-production samples of painted prototypes very, very soon. This is crazy, everybody. The Marshall will very soon be put in actual photographs, and we will be able to see exactly how he looks And this is just a pre-production sample, but the painted prototypes are apparently coming very, very soon. I'm loving this. I can't wait until we actually see the solicitations on these. This is crazy. Guys, Ramen Toy is doing some amazing things right now. I am super excited at the stuff that they're doing. And if you guys are interested in any of these items, please head over to ramentoy.com. Put down your pre-orders for the Gullwing as well as the Masters of the Verse. And remember, everybody, once the Masters of the Verse are sold out, they will be sold out forever. Do not miss out on this chance to pick up these 3 replacement heads, swappable heads, for any of your figures. The classics, the Masterverse, and of course the Origins figures. Great stuff, guys. Don't miss out on this. This is amazing. Holy crap. Yeah, guys, this is toy news just keeps on coming, and this has just been absolutely nuts today. This whole week has been just jam-packed full of news. It's been absolutely ridiculous. Black Venus, you do not want Margaret Robbie as She-Ra. Well, that's it's not. She's not for everybody. Margaret Robbie's too small to be She-Ra, but she can do a CGI and camera tricks. You know what? She-Ra wasn't that tall either. You got to remember, she was wearing like 3 or 4 inch pumps. Like you look at She-Ra, and yeah, she's tall for her height, but she wore, and these are actually short compared to the ones she wore in the show. If I actually bring in, let's see here, yeah, like she wore some high heels, man. Like those are not small pumps, man. Those are pretty tall. So I mean, like, it's not like she didn't have help getting her height. Like, she was not as tall as Adam. Let's put it that way. She wore some high heels. We will definitely be putting it in that direction, because she was not particularly tall. The fellow attorney. I guess I need to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because he looks the part, but if he can't act, then he can't act, and He-Man has to be a good actor to be believable. If you're talking about, are you talking about Adam? Like Adam from the movie? He's okay. I didn't like him particularly, to be honest with you. I don't think he'd be a particularly good choice. Big Rib. Decided to have my pile of loot with Brooklyn shipped from BTS. The next day, Broadway goes in stock. Damn. Don't you hate that? I know, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's that time. The perfect time to ship them. He looks constipated. I don't know about that. He looks pretty good to me. Bryce Hansen. Will anybody else be disappointed if the Skyhawk is the next HasLab? The Skyhawk? Why? It's so small. No, the Skyhawk, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's too small. That is ridiculous. If the Skyhawk becomes just no. If the Skyhawk actually becomes a that would be freaking terrible. If the Skyhawk actually becomes a HasLab, no one's gonna buy it unless it's cheap. Unless it's really, really cheap, no one's gonna buy this thing. I wouldn't pay. No, I would not pay. I would not pay anything past $100. Like, no, actually, screw that. I wouldn't pay $75 for this thing. Like, honestly, like, if this is a HasLab, it's a bad idea, Bryce. That's a really bad idea. I mean, it's a good vehicle. Don't get me wrong, but this can easily be sold at retail, in my opinion. That's no. Bryce, I'm gonna go ahead and say that is not gonna be the HasLab. And if it is, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail, especially if they're asking like $200 for it. No way. Because of that, not that bad doesn't mean it's good. Oh, well, you're not wrong. Dave Sinelli, Falcon looks like Ollie North. I don't know about that. He looks okay to me. He looks fine. He looks just fine. Again, that's my opinion. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to agree. I think he looks fine. And it just might be my version I might have been lucky. I might have been. I might have been. I might have been the one who got a good one. Speaking moistly, if you zoomed in that close to my face, you would puke. Pretty much. I'm the same. If I I think it's more or less the same. Extendar. I still want a He-Man movie so they can cast Mega J Retro as Gwildor. No, please don't. I'm too big. I'm a little too big for Gwildor. Big Rib. I have Falcon on the way in the back of my collection setup. Nice. The Felon Attorney. Oh my gosh, that really got away from me again. I just got the pile of loot from BBTS last week with Masterverse Grizzlor and Silverhawks. Super 7 actually did a really good job on the Silverhawks. Still way overpriced though. It's all in what you hope for. Because again, small runs like Super 7 and Ramen Toy, unfortunately, anything under 1,000 pieces is going to be expensive. That's just the way it is. Unicross Left Nut. This one looks like he has lip fillers. Maybe some Botox. I'm not gonna lie. It does sort of look like he's definitely got some sort of something going on with his lips. I mean, I'm not blind to that, right? And maybe his lips are just a bit too red. I mean, that's possible too. Toy Bounty Hunter. I agree, Jay. My Falcon doesn't look bad. It's the greatest head sculpt they've ever done. No, but it's not a big deal to me. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Blue Steel. That's right. The Blue Steel. Right? Blue Steel. Dover Gem. What's going on, brother? Jay, I'm going to learn. I'm going to lean on you heavily to help me track down the new Shin Universe Robo combining figure. All right, bro. We'll tag team. We'll figure it out. Send me an image on Instagram. I don't even know what you're talking about, really. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. Is it that fucking combining thing with? Is it that stupid combining thing with Godzilla? Because if it is, I'm out. I'm not gonna help you. I'm kidding. I'll help you, but I will do it under protest. Private 776. Jay, is something wrong with your neck? What are we talking about? I don't know. It just keeps tipping. I don't know why. It keeps tipping for some reason. It keeps tipping. Lord Hoagie, Lieutenant Fishlips. Dave Sinelli J. Get some Ricola lemon mint cough drops. I'm not really coughing. It's just allergies, brother. It's just allergies. Danny Phillips. Haha, looks like Tom Cruise now. Hey, there you go. Extendar. I will order the ramen version. There you go, brother. Bernie Lomax, curious, not to change the subject, but does anyone know what's going on with the Cabbage Patch dolls being made now? I hope it's another 1983 Cabbage Patch doll Christmas craze. No, brother, they're here to stay. They're making tons of them, and apparently they never left. I didn't even know that. Nolan, I'm gonna have to get Falcon now. Yeah, he's fine. He's great. I love him. Well, I don't love him, but I mean, like, he's cool. He's okay for me. Speaking moistly, Falcon is okay, not great or terrible, just okay. Yep. I love Cabbage Patch Kids. Danny, they were awesome, weren't they? FFP. Falcon looks like Lips Manless from Dick Cheney. He's pretty mad, but not on the other end of the word. They're being critical because he sucks in the middle of the sea of greatness. Your lips Manless looks better. There you go, brother. Again, I was wondering what it was, but you never know. Lord Hoagie, can they still make Cabbage Patch? Yeah, I showed it on one of my toy hunts. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on, everybody. Let's see if I can bring it up. Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can showcase it to the world again. Let's see what we got here. So let's head over to MJR Collector. Pardon me, guys. MJR Collector. Instead of Toys R Us. All right. Videos. Where is it? It's right here somewhere. There we are. Full tour. All right. So let me share again. I will share it. Share it, damn you. Pardon me, guys. All right, here we go. So Laura Hoagie, do they still make Cabbage Patch dolls? Let's have a look. So if we move over here, or is it no? Sorry, it's over here. Over here. No, it's over here. No, it's over here. Oh my gosh, it's actually over here. There we go. Look at that. I even talk about it too. Hold on. Let's get in there. Talk to me, Jay. Yeah, I thought it was Coleco at first, but it's not. But yeah, this is a again. It caught me for a loop. I didn't even know that they were still doing Cabbage Patch Kids, but apparently they are. Like this is just this was really kind of threw me for a loop. I had no idea that they were doing. And you know they look exactly like they did back in the '80s, man. Like it's really fun to see these guys all the way back as toys all over again. So much fun. Um, but yeah, Cabbage Patch Kids, man. It's, again, the '80s have returned. It's freaking crazy. Um, you passed on Falcon Yojosi. Yeah, I can understand that. The head looks great. Hopefully, it's less than the actual figure, but still getting it. Yes, of course, it's not bad, Felon. Chad Stewart. Killian Lutz from the Twilight would make a good He-Man. Kalen Lutz. Who's Kalen Lutz? And we're just like throwing Kalen Lutz. All right, Kalen Lutz. Images. Let's see this dude. Maybe. I don't know. You know what? He-Man's more than just muscles, though, right? I mean, he's not just muscles, but if he can act well, maybe you're right. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, like he doesn't look terrible. I mean, he's got the size. I mean, yeah, that could definitely work as a more modern He-Man for sure. Was he in Gladiator? Like that's kind of crazy. Or was he in Spartacus? I don't even know who he was. Was he in Spartacus? Oh, he played Hercules. Yeah, interesting. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, like again, it's not like I maybe. I mean, he's got look. That's a He-Man style belt right there. Yeah, that's actually a kind of a He-Man style belt. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Now put some straps on him. Maybe we'll see. Eh, yeah, maybe. I'm not gonna. I'd have to see his acting though. His acting is really what it boils down to at the end of the day. What do you guys think? Do you think this Kellen Lutz? Do you think he would be a good He-Man? Um, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I leave it up to you guys. What are your thoughts, guys? What do you think that he would be a pretty good He-Man? Danny, Chad Stewart wasn't cast before Noah Centino. Well, let's go. Sorry guys, the chat got away from me again, so I'm gonna have to start skipping again. Let's see here, Bernie. Those Joes with no plastic windows aren't even sold in stores anymore. Nobody was buying them. Most of them just stopped selling. Hopefully, this brings the plastic back. They will. They've already announced that they're bringing it back. Chad Stewart, I'm not sure, not really sure. Natural Nate Marvel. Remember getting that red gull wing as a kid from Toys R Us? Yes, such a great time. Order it now. Don't know if it's up for resale. $15.95 US for one head, which is the first one, which appears to be the best. There you go, brother. Yeah, order them up because it's so great. Me, Tim Locke, my bro had his car when they were youngsters. Had the blue helicopter. Yes. Naturally, or Marvel has ordered 2 unicorns. This is a little bit too expensive. Brave Star from Lord Max. Nolan, yes, so awesome, absolutely. Love that Brave Star. Yes, Danny. Stampede. Oh, Stampede is going to be great if he ever comes out. That would be sick. The Fountain's running. I agree with Unicron, but you have to get that head replaced. It's so bad as it is. I don't know. I think it's fine. Natural Nate Marvel pre-ordered 2 gold wings, waiting for that Brave Star. It's going to be great. Brady Lomax only want the Rhino from Mask and its namesake logo in the upper hand corner of the box. again, that's very difficult with third party ideas. Extended art. I feel like listening to the Mask cartoon intro. Go for it, bro. Danny Phillips. How tall is the Brave Star figure? He's a 6-inch figure. I'm not exactly sure exactly how tall he is, but 3-0 is really tall. Everyone said that Gal Gadot was too small for Wonder Woman when we saw it, and she's Wonder Woman. Exactly. Alan Richardson would be a perfect He-Man. You can also gain size too, right? We also got to remember that, like, they go through exercise programs to get more mass, right? Extendar, did anyone get their Snake Face and Dragon Blaster shipping from this week's notice in BBTS? I didn't get any notices, but if anybody did, please let us know. Whale, that would be crazy. A whale, that would be very interesting as a HasLab. That would be very, very interesting. But I just don't see the relevance. Lord Hoagie, I was so disappointed how they treated Adam Warlock in GT in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yeah, but you know what? They've always changed the characters in the MCU. They're not the same as they have ever been in the comics. Speaking moistly, He-Man's about 6'2", so She-Ra about 6'0" or 5'11" with heels. Yes, I agree. Exactly. I totally agree. Bryce Hansen, I agree. Yes, of course. Bernie Lomax. Brave Star Thunderstick is going to be a hard figure to make. Thunderstick. If back metal is prone, well, that figure will suffer then. Who's Thunderstick? Now I can't remember. Oh, Thunderstick. Yeah. He's the. I don't know if they're. Again, that I'm not sure how deep into the line they're going to get though, Bernie. We'll see. $60 Canadian. Yep. Danny Phillips. Hoagie bad writing and Hokey bad writing, and he was just there because of the previous movie scenes, but he had little purpose. Oh. Skyhawk, not HasLab, but it's going to be bigger as a classified scale, and I like Only North, so I think Falcon is good. There you go. Without heels, correct. Unicorn's Left Night. His biggest flaw is the mouth, but his eyes. But his soft eyes don't help either. I don't know. I think he looks fine. I think people are being a little bit too critical, but that's me. Lord Hoagie, G.I. Joe Headquarters Command Center is the next HasLab for the O-Ring. Ooh, but it's not going to be O-Ring. Or is it? That's a good question. I don't know. But I believe it's going to be classified, though. G.I. Joe classified whale would be around the size of a Super 7 Thunder Tank. Yeah, you're probably right. Bernie Lomax, greetings. Great Jay with extreme close-up is going to give me nightmares now. You're welcome. Jay, that's why they have special effects. You don't need Wildor to today's special effects. Therefore, you'll be Orko. Ha! I can do an Orko. I can. I have to practice, though. Hardcase 44. We need Zartan Swamp Skier at retail. That would be cool. Yes, that would be very, very cool. Chad Stewart, what about the USS flag? Is it never going to happen? Not for a while, anyway. King Panther, Mr. J, will you be on Toy Happens this weekend? We have the power, Jay. Honestly, I'm not sure they want me back. I kind of like ducked out in the middle of it. Toy Socialist was left by herself. I feel bad about that. But if they have me back, yes, of course, I would love to be back. 100%. Lord Hoagie, come on, Jay, admit it. Falcon looks like a largemouth bass. I'm not going to say no. I think the lips. I think the redness of the lips. Maybe they made too much of it. Fellow attorney Jay, I love Falcon. I really love Falcon. There you go, brother. Extendar, I'm waiting on Shrimpback, but I'm glad that they're making Chuckles. Yeah, I'm glad too. It's about time. The fellow attorney IRL, still waiting on Shuttlecraft Defiant HasLab. Ooh, that would be crazy. That would be nuts. Nolan, my daughters both have Cabbage Patch dolls. They got at a garage sale. Nice. Cabbage Patch cringe kids. I got all of these. Danny, you'll just see. I got all these. Danny, nope, they do not look like my Cabbage Patch Kids at all. They do, brother. They do. Unicorn's left on no sound. I don't think they ever had sound. I don't remember them ever having sound. Sculpt Viper Tommy. Didn't they used to have yarn hair? Yes, I believe that they did. Some cases, some done. Danny Phillips. Yeah, there was wool hair as well. Okay. Ben Grimm, what's going on, my friend? Anyone getting the Garbage Pail Kids versus Mad Balls figures? Some people have already started collecting those, yeah. The fellow attorney IRL. Jay, is this video Toys R Us? Missed that store. Yes, it is a Toys R Us. No Toys R Us here, and don't like having Coldar, and I don't have Coldar. I hear you, brother. Again, support the Macy's initiative. It's the only way to get it back. Chad Stewart, rather have a Garbage Pail Kid. Well, there you go. Tomato Bum Sponge. We need a pack of Transformation Zartan into Hawk Classified. Ooh, that would be interesting. Lord Hoagie. Now, if we could just get them starting to re-release your Garbage Pail Kids cards. That's funny. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Speaking of voice, Darth Vader looked like He-Man, but they should have dubbed his voice. No, I actually prefer the way they did it. It's fine. There's no point in dubbing somebody's voice. It's just ridiculous. Look what it did to Schwarzenegger in Hercules. It was terrible. Danny Phillips, he was cast as He-Man a few years ago. Well, there you go. He did okay in Hercules. Well, there you go. So that'll be interesting. Lutz would be okay. Triple H's Man at Arms. That would be interesting. Slightly older, wise mentor. That would be neat. Action figures. Atrium. What's going on, my friend? He could be both He-Man and Skeletor as the same torso. That's not going to happen. The fellow attorney IRL. Dolphin is Swedish and knew English. He just didn't have the time to get his lines down. He needed the English to being his second language. That's very much understood. Special effects like Natalie Portman to get big. Maybe Natalie Portman. That's funny. That is hilarious. HL Pro figures. Captain Future has arrived in German shops. The huge and awesome. Hope to get mine soon. That's awesome. Prime 76. That's so great. Bernie Lomax. The hiss and trouble will let us consumers on size of the vehicles for the Joes. Yes, I believe that's true. Danny Phillips. Jay, what do you think of the chances of a variant Snake Mountain for the new Snake figures and the Lady Slither lair? I actually think that Toy Sources is correct. That it's probably going to be more like a faceplate that actually sticks on to Snake Mountain, and you can actually take off the wolf's head, right? Because the wolf's head is removable, right? That's something that a lot of people forget. The wolf's head is removable, and you can actually get. I'm hoping anyway that what they'll do is they'll actually make a new pack with a second head. I think that would be really cool, and it might be sending you a Comic-Con exclusive. You never know. Smoked ham. What can that ugly people? What can't ugly people serve on the Joe team? Yeah. Why are people so critical? Why? Unicorns with not. You guys can spare a 10 grand to get a HasLab flag. I know, crazy. Fugman 4. You nerds are up late. Thank you, Fugman. The fellow attorney, Oregon IRL. The 10K HasLab flag, G.I. Joe classified size. It's 10K isn't the biggest problem. Having the space is the problem. This is actually probably true, but 10K would be a big problem for me. Burn Lomax, Garbage Pail Kids figure I would be down for that. That's awesome, dude. Ian 2800, Danny DeVito is Orko. Smoked Tan. What happened to the other guy on Toy Habits that Sorceress replaced? I'm not really sure what happened to what was his name again? There was Michael, and then there was oh God, I'm drawing a blank. Larry. Yeah, it was Larry. I don't know what happened to Larry. I really don't. I'm not really sure how that worked out. Earl Potts. Garbage Pail Kids are actually still being made, and you can get them at Target. Nice. Danny Phillips. Garbage Pail Kids would be cool as an adult. Cartoons like the Family Guy. What's it called? Super 7 is doing Garbage Pail Kids right now, guys. You can find them. I used to collect Garbage Pail Kids cards. I so wish I had them. They were fun, weren't they? Chad Stewart. My mother-in-law could play Skeletor. Don't be like that, bro. Bernie Lomax. Earl Potts. Really nice. I tend to keep an eye out for them. Thanks. They're reaction figures from Super 7, guys. The fellow attorney IRL. They're ugly people. That's right. It was Larry. It came to me at the last minute. I am a nerd. I am up late. Absolutely, my friend. Larry, Barry. It wasn't Barry, man. It was Larry. Black Phoenix 77. Toy Habits amicably parted ways with Larry. There you go, brother. That's probably what happened. Guys, this has been an amazing week for toys. It's been absolutely nuts. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Definitely check out my video on the news for Lady Slither, Fang-Or, and of course Vykron. I think it's Vykron. I can't. I'm so tired right now. I can't even bother. Vykron. Sorry, Vykron. Wonderful new figures that have been announced by Mattel proper through the wonderful groups that we love so much. Geek Dad Life, Toy Habits, and even adultcollector.org have all reported on it. Even what's it called? Twin News International. So many different news sites are reporting on this. So it is amazing that these figures are going to be coming out. Unfortunately, they are going to be Mattel Creation exclusives. So get ready for a fight, everybody, because it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be quite the fight to get your hands on these figures, but it's going to be well worth it, I tell you. Definitely, please check out that video. If you are interested in picking up Lexington, I will have a link in the description below, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. I wanted to give a huge shout out to the supporters of this channel who helped make this channel possible. Once I get the freaking thing up, which always happens, I'm never ready for this, guys. I'm never ready. Come on, come here. Where are you going? Where are you going? There you are. I wish I was ready for this stuff. I never am. Guys, I'd like to thank my Patreon and channel member supporters. Guys, the patrons and channel member supporters of this channel help me to make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I hope you guys are tired too, because I'm dead tired. The Patreon and channel member supporters help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do without them. They are the best. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are the best. Guys, you can become a Patreon member by checking out my Patreon page. It's Mega J Retro on Patreon. And of course, you become a channel member right here on MJR Collector or Mega J Retro by clicking on the join button in the channel member section. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means the world to me. You guys are the best. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Last comments before we log off. Rybercan, I can't remember when Garbage Pail Kids, watching Garbage Pail Kids every Saturday morning, showed the cartoon to the boys, and they loved it. That's awesome, my friend. Ian 2800, I'll do 473. What's going on, my friend? Long time no see, my friend. Nolan, Charisse Darren would make a great sorceress. There's a good idea. Danny Phillips, it's 8:30 a.m. and I'm still up. There you go, brother. Get some sleep, man. Don't deprive yourself. Bernie Lomax, holy crap, it's 3:30 here already. Damn, time flew. It did. It's 3:30 over here too, my friend. Chad Stewart, peace out, everybody. Stay safe. You too, my friend. Smoked Ham, good night, Jay. Good night to you too, Smoked Ham. Vykron, that's right, Dave Sinelli. I'm so tired. The fellow attorney got detention for the only time in school for the 5th grade for trading and having Garbage Pail Kids card to school. That's terrible. Why would they do that? Sculpt Viper Tommy, nice chat. Keep me entertained while working. Thank you so much, Sculpt Viper Tommy. The fellow attorney, Charlize Theron, is too old for sorceress. No, I don't think so. I think she's the perfect age. Fellow attorney, these young people you want to play actors. That doesn't make any sense. Like, the sorceress is not a young woman. She's actually quite on an age. Like, she really is. Danny Phillips, Lena Headey would make a great live action Evelyn. Ooh, that would be interesting. Bernie Lomax, good journey, Jay and Chat and Nolan. There you go, my friend. Gal Gadot for sorceress. No, again, she's beautiful, but she's a bit too young. That's my overall take on that. Thank you, brother. I try to be. Good morning, all. Off to bed. Good night, good night, and good morning, Danny Phillips. Aldry 473. Thank you, Jay. Have a great weekend. You too, my friend. Lord Hoagie. Linda Headley for sorceress. There you go. Nolan. It was a great show, Jay. Take care and good journey, Geek Proud. Good journey to you, to my friend Geek Proud as well, and of course, good journey. Tomato Bob Splodge. After of Lady Slither, Pythona, please. After Lady Slither, Pythona, please. Oh, that'll be interesting. But Pythona? It was anyway. I don't even know. I'm so tired. It's not even registering anymore. Nolan to you, Bernie. Okay. David Sinelli. This was fun as always. Thank you so much, my friend. Speaking moistly, good night, Al. Good night to you too, my friend. Phil and attorney. Lean Headley too old. Again, brother. I don't know what how old you think these people are. The sorceress is not young. Smoked Ham. May the power protect you all. May the power protect you, Smoked Ham. Extendar, stay golden. You too, brother. Bernie Lomax. The Garbage Pail Kids movie was bad. Not just the facts, but the ones on the scene were just wrong in the bathtub and scene cringy. No, brother, that's why I never made it to theaters. Phil Attorney IRL. The Sorceress appears to be over 35. Nope. No, brother. I don't If you're talking about the Filmation animation, they did not age her enough. She was way too young in terms of overall appearance. She needed to be a little bit older than that. Lord Hoagie, not all in Geek Proud. You too, my friend. Speaking moistly, Bryce Dallas Harbour would be a good sorceress. Night, Jay. Get some sleep. I don't think you're ever going to be satisfied, Phil Attorney, but have a good night, my friend. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everyone. Keep proud.